You ever notice how, when something is so obviously true, people still hesitate to believe it? Not because the facts aren't there, but because accepting them would mean rethinking everything they thought they knew. That's what we're dealing with when it comes to Donald Trump and Russia. This isn't about conspiracy theories or wild speculation. This is about patterns, documented facts, and probability. And when you put it all together, the picture it paints isn't just disturbing, it's undeniable. The beginning, 1987. It starts in 1987. Donald Trump takes a trip to Moscow, organized with help from Soviet officials. According to ex-KGB agent Yuri Shvets, Trump wasn't just another businessman. He was being cultivated, seen as someone who could one day be useful to Russia. And from that moment forward, one thing remains consistent. Trump has never said a bad word about Russia or Vladimir Putin. Coincidence? Maybe. But let's keep going. Follow the money. In 2008, Trump's own son, Donald Trump Jr., admitted that a disproportionate amount of our assets come from Russia. That means Russian money was propping up the Trump Organization. In 2014, golf writer James Dodson recalled Eric Trump casually saying, "We don't rely on American banks. We have all the funding we need out of Russia." They deny saying this now. But when you connect the dots, the pattern holds. Trump's businesses struggled with debt. U.S. banks wouldn't lend to him. Yet, Russian money was always there. That's not speculation. That's documented financial reality. 2016, the election that changed everything. Fast forward to 2016. Russian interference in the U.S. election is confirmed, not by partisan media, but by U.S. intelligence agencies and the Mueller report. Russian operatives hacked and leaked emails. They flooded social media with disinformation. And Trump's campaign had over 100 contacts with Russian officials. That's not normal. And when asked about it, Trump publicly defended Russia over his own intelligence agencies. He even stood next to Putin in Helsinki and said, "I don't see any reason why it would be Russia." Russia wanted Trump in power. That much is clear. The real question is, why did Trump want Russia? 2024, Trump and Elon Musk. Now fast forward to today. Trump is back in office, and his closest ally isn't a politician, it's Elon Musk. Musk bankrolled Trump's 2024 campaign, donating over $277 million, making him the single largest donor. And what's happened since? Musk was placed in charge of dismantling federal agencies. Key institutions responsible for election oversight, campaign finance laws, and government accountability have been gutted. Trump and Musk frequently meet behind closed doors, holding power over government operations with no transparency. And Musk? He's been talking to Putin in secret since 2022. He cut off Ukraine's Starlink access at critical moments in the war. He restricted drone capabilities, weakening Ukraine's military response. And he continues to hold meetings with Russian officials, raising questions about what influence, if any, Russia has over him. You don't need a conspiracy theory to see where this is going. Connecting the dots. This is not about proving a secret, hidden conspiracy. This is about probability. Ask yourself, if any other U.S. politician had financial ties to Russia for decades, had campaigns that benefited from Russian interference, had a documented history of weakening U.S. agencies, and had a closest ally in government who actively speaks with Putin and disrupts U.S. foreign policy, wouldn't that at least raise some red flags? And yet, for some reason, when it comes to Trump, people hesitate to accept the obvious. Probability analysis. So let's break it down. What are the odds that Trump is knowingly acting in Russia's interests? 10%. The 1987 KGB cultivation claim. Trump was identified as a useful asset. 15%. Financial dependency on Russian money. Trump org has relied on Russian investments. 25%. 2016 Russian interference and Trump campaign ties. Over 100 contacts, intelligence confirmed election meddling. 20%. Pro-Russia policies weakening U.S. institutions, NATO threats, election security rollbacks, FBI/DOJ targeting. 20%. 2025 actions as president dismantling oversight, Musk's influence, election control, financial secrecy. 10%. Musk's connections with Putin and impact on U.S. policy, Starlink interference, secret talks. When you add it up, the probability that Trump is knowingly acting in Russia's interests, whether by design or self-preservation, lands somewhere between 75 to 85%. That doesn't mean he's a spy or a Manchurian candidate. But it does mean he's functionally serving Russian interests, either because of past debts, personal admiration, or something deeper. The final question: so, what do you do with this information? That's up to you. But ignoring the probability doesn't make it go away. The facts are there. The pattern is clear. And in the end, the biggest trick propaganda plays isn't convincing people of a lie. It's making them too afraid to accept the truth staring them in the face.
Arrest the president, you got the evidence. That nigga is Russian intelligence.